Conversation this week has obviously been dominated by that Cristiano Ronaldo interview with Piers Morgan. But what I want to do in this video is try to take the conversation forward in a proactive and positive sense. I want to start looking at Manchester United without Ronaldo. I've been saying it all season, to the detriment of some of the comments, to a lot of abuse from others. Man United are a better team without Ronaldo. And in this video, I want to sort of present the stats that show that's the case. We can actually take a look backwards to see we're a better team without Ronaldo, as well as taking a look forwards at what comes next for Erik ten Hag. So please do watch this video. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy the debate and the conversation. There'll be in the comments, so make sure you drop a like on it. But as I said there at the start, we can take a little bit of a step backwards to see that we're a better team without Ronaldo. Because, of course, Ronaldo wasn't there in the preseason. We know he was given extended time off by the club. And we saw some really exciting football. Now, the preseason is the preseason, right? We were excellent in preseason. All of a sudden, we lose against Brighton and Brentford, so you can't really judge it. But we saw Jadon. It's a shame, actually. It's the best we've seen Jadon Sancho this season was in preseason. But Martial, Rashford, Sancho, a different style, a pressing style. This United team looked different without Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's a bit of an insight into what we can, I imagine now, see going forward without Ronaldo. Because when Ronaldo came back in the team, he wasn't solely responsible for these performances against Brighton and Brentford. He didn't even start against Brighton. But it's part of the problem, and it's something I've been trying to articulate all season long. And big up to Sky Sports for doing these stats, because it allows me to finally sort of articulate what I've been watching. Because I know I've been watching it, but I haven't been able to say it from a statistical perspective. And we know that stats and data are not the drivers of everything in the modern game, but they do help you to understand overall patterns that you can learn from. So let's take a look at Manchester United with and without Cristiano Ronaldo in the Premier League this season when he has started. We're not talking about when he's come off the bench against Everton when he made the difference and he scored. We're talking about games that he's started in. And the stats, I'll be honest, are pretty startling. With Ronaldo in the team, Manchester United, our win percentage is 25. Without, it nearly trebles to 70%. Our points tally goes up by over 100%, from 1 a game to 2.2 a game. Average goals scored, we nearly score 4 times as many goals per game without Ronaldo in the team. Our average goals conceded goes up as well. I wouldn't think that's really too much to do with Ronaldo. That's more about the defence itself. And on average, we cover more than 4 kilometres more per game without Ronaldo in the team. These stats and these numbers don't lie. And this is what I've been watching all season long. This is what I've been trying to argue, and what I've been seeing is that Manchester United play differently with Ronaldo and without Ronaldo. And these numbers sort of back up that conversation. The win rate nearly trebles. The points return more than doubles. Goal rate nearly quadruples. The numbers aren't just little minor movements. Now, it's not as if Ten Hag hasn't tried to use Ronaldo. He has, because Martial got injured at the start of the season. Ronaldo came in, didn't work, was dropped after the Liverpool game. We won 4 on the bounce. Then we had the City game. Then Ronaldo came back in after the City game. It still didn't really quite work out. He's tinkered and he's tried, and the relationship is completely and utterly broken down now, to the point where Ronaldo is definitely not playing again for Manchester United. And when you take a look at these stats on the surface, these stats are pretty staggering, and they kind of get more staggering when you dive into them a little bit further. I'll bring that up in a little bit. I want to speak about this. This is the sort of pie chart that compares Manchester United. Let me pull that up there. Manchester United with Ronaldo and Manchester United without Ronaldo. With Ronaldo is the blue one, and without Ronaldo is the red one. And there's some startling things. Now, the first thing you need to look at here is that one, I believe anyway. Crosses. Manchester United without Ronaldo. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure that means it's like, it's nigh on, doesn't really happen. But look at that growth in how many crosses we put in when Ronaldo's in the team. That is a hell of a style change, and it's something that we've all seen. Even Ten Hag even commented on it, saying, why are we firing in so many crosses to Ronaldo so early? It's stupid. It's not what we want. We should be doing it when it's the right time. But it's not really what we've been watching all season long. And then when you look at other things here as well, fast breaks, Manchester United taking the ball from defensive transitions. Look at that. We go from there to about there. And if we look, I think the stats are actually down here in terms of actual numbers over here. No, they're not. But you can visualize the difference. You can see the difference in the style change, in the shape of this graph. More goals, more expected goals, more shots on target, more fast breaks, more possession won in final third. Didn't know that. But it kind of makes sense as well because we're pressing a lot higher. This is actually quite a key statistic when you think about it. Possession won in final third. That is Ten Hag's style of play. And look at the change there. It's substantial. Just the style change is... It's like two different United teams, really, with and without Cristiano Ronaldo. And I always use... I just think this example here, this 2-0 win over Spurs, that is the blueprint. That is United's blueprint going forward. That is the game that Ten Hag will just keep referring back to. That is the game where we saw these fast breaks, where we saw United winning the ball in the final third, where we saw United scoring, where we saw United finally finding a bit of clinical finishing. And we did it without Ronaldo. And you might say that's just a pure coincidence. I don't particularly believe in coincidences, and that's why I think these stats are quite important. I don't think these stats prove everything, but I think they prove the overall pattern that I've been arguing all season, that we are a better team, collective team, without Ronaldo in. And if you take a look at our expected goals this season, look, Manchester United have recorded season-low expected goals in all 4 games Ronaldo has started. Look, the Chelsea game snuck in the middle there. But in the 4 games that Ronaldo has started for Manchester United this season, those 4 there, that's a terrible circle. Let me make that a little bit bigger. These 4 games there are all down the lowest. Aston Villa, 0.52 a game. Newcastle, Chelsea in the middle there. We kind of dominated that Chelsea game. We just didn't really have the clinical finishing. And look at Fulham, eh? Isn't that interesting? I knew that we were good against Fulham. I didn't quite realise that the quality of the chances we were making. Look at that. Nearly, in fact, over double the expected goals compared to any other game. That goes to show how good the chances we were creating, how frustrating that would have been if Garnacho didn't get that goal to win it towards the end. But I just wanted to do this video because I've been arguing this all season. And I've had to defend myself. I felt unnecessarily because the proof was there. The proof was in front of my... I know what I'm watching. I know what I'm watching. And now, with the stats, we can have a discussion in the comments about how United just do play an entirely different style of football with Ronaldo compared to without Ronaldo. And now that Ronaldo has burned every single bridge he's trying to burn, I'm sure there's more bridges to burn. I don't know what else he's going to burn. But the full interview is not even out yet. But Ronaldo will not play another game for Manchester United. I don't think he should. And the future, we can look back towards the pre-season and say, right, we saw this United team without Ronaldo. We saw how we can move with dynamic forwards, with 3 pressing forwards, with intensity, and it's good. And it's that style of play there, that style change. We need to find a new striker, bring one in that can play in that sort of format. There's a specific profile. That's why I think Ivan Toney might be a good signing, but I'm sure there's lots of others as well. And Erik ten Hag has been working towards this. He's tried to fit Ronaldo in, but it's just like putting a square peg in a round hole. It just doesn't work. Ronaldo, greatest goal scorer of all time. If you dropped him in that City team, he would be doing what Haaland is doing, touching the ball like 6, 7, 8 times a game, but getting 2 goals out of those 8 touches. That's just what Ronaldo would do in that team because he's at that age now where he just needs a polished team around him so that he can just goal hang and just do what he does best and score goals. But inside this team at Manchester United, we are going to be a better, more cohesive team moving forward after this Ronaldo situation is done and dusted. We are going to play a different style of football without Ronaldo on a consistent basis. And I think Ten Hag, it might not be the way that he wanted this to work out. And what do you mean it might not be? It definitely isn't the way that he wanted this to go. But at the end of the day, I think United will be better off without it, without Ronaldo, and moving on. Because maybe it could have dragged on to the summer if this interview didn't come out. You can let me know what you think in the comments, but I've been arguing this kind of all season long that we're a better team without Ronaldo. And I think these stats, they don't, as I said, they don't prove everything, but they show the pattern that I've been seeing with my own eyes watching United. And I'm sure the patterns that you've been seeing too. Now, you can let me know what you think in the comments below. But this video, as I said, it's designed to take the conversation forward. Let's not just focus on the interview and what's been said. Let's focus on, okay, so what do United do next without Ronaldo? I think we do this. We head back towards what we saw in the preseason and the excitement of it. We sign another striker to fit that mould, and we crack on as a team. Because under Erik ten Hag, I've got real belief about what's coming next, and the future does look bright. And it is a future without Ronaldo at Manchester United. That is for absolute sure.